What's happening, guys? Griz here, and welcome back for another episode of Kit Up. This is my weekly Battlefield series where you guys get to pick the weapon setup you would like to see me use. Then I go out and get some gameplay with that setup and I do a little review on it. So if you've got a suggestion for a class or weapon setup you'd like to see me use, leave it in the comments section of this video and it just might get chosen for next week's video. Also, remember to upvote other comments of loadouts you'd like to see, as I usually pick the comment with the most upvotes as the winner. Now that that's all out of the way, oh god, what did you guys do to me this week? Alright, so last week on the M4 Carbine episode, Mr. Charles the Cat left this lovely little loadout in the comments. He says, shotgun loadout? Sure, why not? I love shotguns. I just hope he lets me use... Oh, the M1014? Great. Not only that, but I gotta use the support class so I can't heal myself. And my attachments are a duckbill, laser sight, and the IR optic. Okay, IR optic, so surely he's gonna give me some smoke, right? Nope. He actually tells me to use the hand flares, which makes me say, hey, Mr. Charles the Cat, your kit kind of contradicts itself here. The hand flares are gonna blind me if I'm looking through the IR sight. But whatever, let's just roll with it. That's all he gives me, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell you the rest of the kit I took. For my secondary, I'm running the 93R, a beast pistol, and I've got my ammo box so I can help out the team. And since he didn't specify a second gadget, I'm going to take my M1014 with smoke rounds so I can at least try to make use of this IR sight nonsense. So let me show you the dance of my people. Here is the stat chart from simthic.com. And when we take a look at the M1014 stats with buckshot shells, which is what I'm using, we can see that it has a maximum damage of 18 and a minimum damage of 6. Now that might seem ridiculously low, but shotgun stats are obviously their own animal and they're going to work a little differently, so I'll explain what those damage values mean in a second. Let's just get through the stat overview first. So I want to draw attention to the reload times as well. It's a static value with the M1014 at 0.55 seconds, and that means per shell. So it's going to take you 0.55 seconds to reload one shell, and the M1014 obviously has a maximum shell capacity of 8. This reload time is one of the faster, in case you're wondering. And finally, the last statistic I want to mention is the rate of fire at 210 rounds per minute, making the 1014 one of the faster firing shotguns as well. So I know I sounded extremely skeptical there, and I hope I didn't come off sounding as though I was saying this class was stupid, but it kinda is. It's also pretty silly. Like, I'm pretty sure I made many people angry with this kit. One thing it's very good at, and here is a clip of me trying to use the smoke to my advantage. There's a few more that came in than I expected. But yeah, I think I made a lot of people angry with this kit. One thing that's very good about having the M1014 is and there was a good example of the duckbill coming in handy with those multiple enemies. Picked up the nice double there. But I had a lot of people come up behind me and start shooting me in the back, but me still kill them because I was able to just swing around blasting this thing from the hip like a maniac. It was actually quite wonderful. But back to that damage statistic on the shotguns I said I'd talk about. Remember how the damage values seemed really low at 18 being the max and 6 being the minimum? It sounds like it would take forever to kill someone, right? Well, the way those damage values work is that they apply to each pellet that is contained within the buckshot round. So the M1014's buckshot round has 9 pellets total, and they would each have the potential to do 18 damage, given the right circumstance, of course. So now we're starting to see where those 1 and 2 shot kills come from. If the round has 9 pellets total, max damage of 18 times 9 is 162, which means you'd actually only have to hit someone with 6 of the pellets in the round at max damage to kill them in one shot. I think I've got that right anyway. Now let's move on to the attachments I've got on this guy. Obviously, the laser sight is a solid choice, giving you better hip fire with the M1014. This is definitely going to help you out, there's no doubt about that. But how about that duckbill? What does that do? The duckbill's purpose is to flatten the weapon's firing pattern and push more pellets out to the side. So this is supposed to help with a lot when engaging groups of enemies, I found the duckbill to be useful maybe 2% of the time. There wasn't that many occasions where I ran into multiple enemies, but when I did, it definitely helped. I think there are a couple moments in this gameplay, like the one you saw before, where I get a double kill, largely thanks to the duckbill. Both happened on Operation Locker, so I'd say your decision to use the duckbill or not is going to depend on map and game mode. If you think you're going to be running into multiple enemies a lot, like sometimes you do on Operation Locker, then by all means run it, and I think it will help you out a lot. Now the IR optic. This would be really easy to just take a big ol' poop all over, but it's actually not that bad in certain situations. Especially in some like this, in this clip here on Zavad 311, down in the underground portion of the map where the M1014 is really going to shine. After I finish off those two jamokes, I'm going to pull out the XM25 smoke and fill up this hallway, because I know there are more of them up there who probably saw me on the minimap. And I just wait until someone comes into my smoky stairway of murder. Oh, hi there. And yeah, pick up a kill. So in those situations like that, I think it works out pretty well. I think I should probably mention, because I forgot to earlier in the video, that I also had a stubby grip on here, which is also going to increase my hipfire accuracy along with the laser sight, and both of these attachments are great choices for this weapon. I can't say I'd recommend the IR sight, however, especially in combination with the hand flares. That just doesn't compute in my brain because you're gonna blind yourself. But yeah, so overall I think it's an okay shotgun, definitely not my favorite. But that's gonna do it for this week's episode of Kid Up, guys. And if you enjoyed this video, remember to leave it some love by clicking the like button down below. Subscribe if you're new around here. I'm almost at 500 subscribers and I'd really love your support. Don't forget to check out some of the other episodes of Kid Up. And don't forget to leave your suggestion in the comments for next week's episode. So that's going to do it for me, guys. My name is Griz. Thanks very much for watching. Later.
Falcon Punch!